laying down and my thigh's like squished and I got to tighten it and I get up, like it obviously falls. Right. I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah. Well, right. You know, I've got all sorts of crap that, well, you'll get everything you need, but if you need anything, just let me know. Well, anyway, let me throw some sort of an intro on this.
Oh, yeah. I forgot. I didn't know you turned it on.
I did. Anyway, guys, let me turn this down. I don't know how loud that's going to be. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Because it picks up, like, everything.
Yeah.
It's a nice little fancy stereo system. I'm assuming you put it in here. The van didn't come.
Yeah, no, I didn't come with that. I didn't come with that. Anyway. Hey, guys. Today I'm here with Antonette, otherwise known as NettieBraaap, or Ant. Driving her to the, what is this, surgery center, hospital?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Because like me, she injured her right leg, and so...
This time it wasn't with you, though. I actually did it the day after. I told Jake I was so scared that I was going to get hurt with you.
I know.
And it was the day after
When I hurt my knee, it was at the end of the ride. I'm like, we were heading back to the truck, and it's like, hey, let's go play in that boulder field over there. It's like, oh, all right. Sure enough. Done.
What were you doing?
Just rolling over some boulders and stuff. And
you just, like, landed wrong?
Yeah, well, Mike, I wasn't expecting him to go for the same one as me. Right when I'm like kind of ripping it, and so I whiskey throttled right into the side of a boulder that's about the size of this van, and it just ricocheted me back and folded my leg backwards because the bike came right back through my leg, which was posted down. So that sucked.
Yeah, bro, Lacey, like when I told her like after the fact, like it was dislocated, she's like, bro, we should have popped that back. I was like, dude, I was like, there was no way now I was letting you touch me. I was like, I couldn't even wiggle my toes without like, I don't know if I had pinched a nerve or something, but I straight up couldn't even wiggle my toes without pain radiating up my hip. Like, I was like, Lacey, there was no way in hell I was letting you touch any type of part of body of me. Because even when the sheriff's department came, they didn't even touch me.
Yeah.
The sheriff's department was like, we're just gonna keep calm till the ambulance gets here.
I didn't know that. That sucks.
Neither did I. I tried, you know me, I tried to stay away from Google.
Yeah. Google will just make you think you're going to be dying in 3 weeks with cancer.
Right?
And you're never going to walk again.
It's so terrible. Like I looked up, I didn't even look up like ligaments. I only just looked at like what happens when you get a dislocated knee.
Yeah.
And even that, I was like, I'm good. I was like, I'm just going to stop. I was like, I backed out. And I was like, even that was just too much for me.
So, any recommendations as far as gear?
Knee pads aren't gonna help.
No, I had knee pads on at the time too.
They cut those bad boys right off.
Yeah.
They said it didn't stop or prevent anything. It said it may have stopped the bruising from happening so soon. But that was about it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, but that's why I bought those knee pads, because my last accident, all I thankfully had was bruising. I hit so hard and I didn't have any tears or anything, but I had some massive bruising from it. It was like a good month and a half I had my first crash.
I heard a lot of people recommending knee braces, so I actually went to AEO and tried on all the ones that they had. They let me stand on the bikes so I could get the feel of what it's like on a bike with braces. Yeah, but I hated the way it felt so much with all of them that I ended up just leaving and not buying any. Shortly after is when I broke my leg and knee.
Oh my god, this was after the fact? Or before the fact? Oh my god, I was so bad.
Yeah, I ended up just getting some of those Travis Pastrana knee pads, which I like, but they didn't stop this injury. Now granted, I got a 2-part injury. The first part was when my leg slammed in the ground, like locked.
And that was the meniscus part?
Yeah, that and I chipped the top of my
tibia?
Yeah, my tibia with a femur, so that would have happened regardless. But the second part was when the bike came back and folded my leg backwards, and that should have been stopped by
the brace.
The brace, yeah. Needless to say, I've got braces afterwards, and I recommend at least out of all the ones I tried, I got the Asterisk carbon cell ones, because they're like the thinnest that I've tried, and they're the most comfortable as far as like against the bike for me.
Now, how do you feel with inside your boot? I know a lot of people have that issue with the brace. The bottom of the brace is gonna go inside your boot. No.
Not this. They're a little bit.
Because you got long legs.
Yeah, there's that, but they are shorter than some of the other ones too.
Okay.
I would say try them on, see what you think, because it will be different for everybody, I'm sure. But that's what I ended up going with. And
that's my biggest concern is the whole fit in my boots, because even with my knee pads, I mean, they were in my boots, and I had to widen my boots a little bit on the top.
I can't even get my boots tight enough. I got skinny calves as it is, so my knee pads tuck into my boot. I actually like that.
Oh, so you probably just fit normally when they're in.
Yeah. The braces don't though. They stop short of the top of my boot.
Got you. I mean, I've heard so many mixed things about it, but at the same time, I'm being told if I didn't have my braces, I probably would have torn my MCL or my PCL. So it's like, yeah, I may break something different,
Yeah.
but at the same time, I think I would have broken bone well over 3 different ligaments at this point. I'm so mixed on that.
Yeah.
Like 3 different ligaments, and I tore one that's like pretty much fairly rare to, like, when I went, before I got my MRI, he was like, your PCL, he's like, I can't imagine it being your PCL. He's like, that's rare to tear. And I looked at him and I said, bro, I don't think you understand, like, my mom calls me Murphy. Like, so when you get that MRI and you see a PCL, let me know how you feel.
Right. Yeah, now the braces won't stop the twisting tears, which is pretty common. However, the Asterisks do have this thing called the like the BOA or something like that. You have to modify your boot and your pant leg, which is kind of a bummer. But it's supposed to stop your foot twisting at the knee and make your whole leg twist.
Dude, honestly, like, it's not as bad as it was the first week, but I definitely keep playing that accident in my head, and it was just gnarly. Like, I could just keep feeling that popping in the.
Yeah. So do you plan on riding still?
Yeah, most definitely. I'll probably jump on the TTR. My biggest concern is jumping on the 250 and actually just not touching the floor. I'm afraid that I'm gonna wobble to the right and just misstep, or God forbid there be a rock and fuck everything I just did.
Yep. I mean, as you can see, I'm not even using my brace anymore walking, but I still struggle with right turns and like uncertain corners like sand and whatnot.
Now, did you finish your PT?
Yeah, more or less. I stopped going. But I got to the point where I don't necessarily need to go anymore. I'm like bone on bone a lot, so that's what I'm struggling. Extremely. Not so much for everyday stuff, but
and there's no like a fake meniscus or something they could put in there, like.
Well, that's
that
the thing.
wasn't an option.
Well, at the time, no. They want to do another surgery where they took some of my cartilage and they put it in a lab, right? So to get it like where it'll grow again, and they'll put it back in my knee with this substrate, like stuff that it'll connect to, and it's supposed to regrow in there, so I'll have my own cartilage.
Okay.
However, reviews online aren't super promising. It seems like it's maybe like 50-50, 60-40 at best, as to whether it takes and helps. And it's a pretty substantial recovery time. The guy's telling me about 1.5 years minimum. I know. And you know my patience. I went right back with my brace on.
Yeah, dude, I remember the first video, you're like, so I did something today, and you said it to me, and I was like, what are you doing, bro?
Yeah. Yeah. So, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. Right now, I got Jess Morgan. Hey, buddy.
Hola.
He's starting to do PRP treatments in my knee. I just did the first one last week, and I'll go back in next Monday.
Is that with the blood you were telling me about?
Yeah, took it out of the arm, put it in a centrifuge, separate out the platelets, re-inject it in the knee. Right at first, it was uncomfortable, but just for like half hour, and then it kept getting better and better. And then it seems like, and Jess mentioned it might happen, that it might be a little bit better just from the extra viscosity in the knee joint. And I think he was right, just giving it a little bit extra fluid padding of sorts.
And you said you've already done the first one?
I did the first one, yeah.
How did you feel? I mean, obviously you're not going to feel much after the first one, but I mean, did you feel any swelling? Did you like?
Well, yeah, like right at first it was uncomfortable, but I stood up and it was really sharp, put me back on my butt, and Jess and his wife looked overly concerned for me. But it ended up being fine. I drove home, and by the time I got home, it wasn't painful at all.
That's good.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember when I had a cortisone
talking about the Gorilla Glue lady. You guys know, right? I don't need to worry about hairspray. See? Oh, she says.
Do you shave or do you, like, it legitimately doesn't grow back?
Oh no, I shave it.
Oh, okay.
So.
What did you do before you were like a realtor?
Well, immediately before, I was doing mortgages for a couple of different companies, and that was right before the crash. I got my real estate license right on that cusp of that in 2007. Before mortgages, I sold cars. But I've done a little bit of everything. I've taught martial arts. I've worked retail in a number of places. I don't know. I've done it all maintenance.
It's all over.
Yeah.
It's good to be well-rounded.
Yeah. So, but right now I do real estate full time, and I do invest, like flipping and stuff like that.
Oh, do you? That's awesome.
Yeah. Could be a pain in my butt sometimes.
Oh, dude, I watched someone flip my grandparents' trailer home.
Yeah.
And it was, I mean, he did it within like a month and a half, but he still went through some hell. And my grandparents lived there for like 18 years, didn't do a damn thing to it. It had like water damage and stuff in it. And I mean, he made it look brand new.
I just went through my nightmare flip. Worst flip of all time. Bought it October or November in 2018.
Okay.
Just closed on it. Just. It took us 2 years to get the project done. And we had hard money on it, so it was cost like $3,000 a month. Just between the city and inspector, because he kept coming out and redlining. It was always 2 weeks. And the contractors didn't work well together, and it was just one thing after another. It was an absolute shit show. So, but we bought it great. I mean, we bought it for like $215, if I remember correctly, somewhere around there,
okay.
and we just sold it for $515.
Jesus.
Yeah, so you think, oh, dude, you had to make money. No.
Not with all the work you put into it.
Yeah. No. We were like $100,000 over budget, and we got lucky with the fact that it went 2 years on hard money. You would think would just been the crippling blow, right?
Yeah.
But it wasn't, because the market has come up substantially since then. When we bought the place, we were thinking maybe selling it for like $395. So we sold it for about $120,000 more than what we initially projected. So the fact that we're $100,000 over budget.
What area was it in?
Sun City.
Oh yeah. Honestly, you probably could have put it up for a little bit more.
Well, we did. We did put it up, and then they lowballed. We countered, because they offered us $5. We countered to $515, and then they took it, and then the appraisal came in $5,000 low, and we got them to meet us halfway at $512.5.
This morning, a bunch of coyotes killed something. I was like scared because I thought Lenny was outside.
Probably a rabbit.
And that's what Jake's like, you might have like a squirrel or something. But it was like it literally sounded like they were in the backyard. Like they sounded like they were like just in my yard going crazy. So I was like, where's Lenny?
Were they on the golf course?
I think so. You can hear them like hardcore when they're on the golf course. I can't wait to take you out to Desert Wells. It'll be fun. It's kind of like the Wash. Like I think it has it doesn't have like the hill climbs like the Wash has. That's for sure. But it's well rounded. I mean, it has the rocks. It has like little dips and ditches, and the sand flips out there are gnarly. Especially because everyone's hitting them so hard lately. They're deep. They're a lot deeper than when Jake and I moved out there. Like they were definitely hard packed, and now it's just sand.
On the Wash that we took you in, if you went west instead of east, there's a ton of sand whoops in there, and they're pretty good size.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. So tell me your thoughts on your new bike compared to your old bike.
Oh, it's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
I think I need to do a review. That's for sure. I had intended on doing one on my month, and I got here 3 days later. So.
Yeah, that YZ250 FX is one of the bikes that, you know, Kyle Brotherson. He's the dirt bike channel guy. He's got a shaved head. Anyway,
it's not ringing a bell.
He's a big KTM guy, but he reviews bikes and does bike giveaways and stuff like that. But
okay, now I think I know what you're talking about.
yeah, he got really excited over that bike.
Honestly, I haven't even messed with the settings yet or the mapping, and like to my opinion, like I'm sure other riders who are way more developed than I am and know a little bit more about the terrain and mapping like that would mess with it. But like the mapping that it's on right now, like I've been on track and I've been on desert, and I mean
person. You know,
It does. Like I watched Megan's.
Yeah. Even if you just throw in a couple of corners here and there or a jump or something, it just makes it better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I like the tunnel view. Like I thought it broke up that video, and I definitely get when people say it, but like in the middle of riding, I'm like, oh, I don't want to like, oh, let me stop, set up my tripod.
Yeah.
But I guess I do. I guess you got to do that.
Yeah.
Mister, what do you got? Almost 200 followers already.
Oh, I just put out I didn't publish it yet, but I put out a video for my 200 followers.
Oh, did you get it? You got it already?
I got it.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm gonna do 200 push-ups.
What? Did you do 200
I
push-ups?
did 100. I'm like, nah, fuck this.
Just replay a few of them.
I did. And I just cut it out. I'm like, yeah, that's legit.
Just make it look like you didn't do it.
Yeah. Nah, with the cutscenes, people will get. I'm just being
No,
funny.
dude, that's gotta put a lot of pressure on your knee.
The push-ups?
Yeah.
No, it's my shoulders. I've got bad shoulders.
Damn, you're just like Bionic Man over here.
I wish it were, but they don't have that kind of stuff.
Right, they just fix you to them as best as they can.
Yeah. My neck, my back, my shoulders, my elbows,
It's like a
my
Little
knees.
John song. my
Yeah.
neck, my back.
Pretty much all my joints are messed up. I'm pretty sore today now that from those push-ups.
Oh, I'm sure. I have bad wrists, so I can't even tell you last time I did a push-up. I've broken both of my wrists.
Nice.
And I haven't let them heal properly, so they definitely, I mean, crutching is a bitch right now.
What is it?
Crutching, like it just is on my wrist, it's just harsh.
I'll tell you, after you use it for a while, the crutches, they start making your armpits raw.
Oh, dude, they're killing me.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't want to move anymore.
Yeah, dude, I try not to pee. I'm like, if I don't have to, if like I'm not bursting, I'm like, I don't get up.
I didn't get up to pee. I used
The
one of those.
luxury of a man.
I know.
Your poor wife, though, she had to empty it.
Yeah, that's alright.
Okay, now I don't feel so bad for Jake. Jake's got to help me change, and you over here.
Yeah. Hey, we've had a bunch of kids, so.
Yeah, you two are past that point.
Yeah. I did a bath birth with her, and I was
Oh
in.
my god.
Yeah, I was in the bath with her too.
That's gotta be awesome though.
Yeah.
I know it's gotta be gross, but that's gotta be amazing.
Yeah, it was both awesome and gross.
When you look back at it, you're like, dude, what the hell was I thinking?
Yeah. It was at Morning Star. It was like with Mary the Midwife.
What number was that?
I don't remember. It might have been 2. It might have been Elias. Sorry.
How spaced out are your children?
About
What's the oldest?
11. He'll be 12 in May, and then my youngest turned 3 in November.
So you guys are finally out of the baby stage of 11 years.
Yeah.
Dude, troopers. And you guys want to have another one?
Whatever. It wasn't so much planned or planned
okay.
against.
Oh my god, Jesus, man.
Yeah, it just. Yeah, whatever.
That's intense. That's a lot of baby years.
You know, Mike's got 8, right?
Yeah, he told me, and I was like, dude, it seems like he doesn't plan on stopping.
Yeah. Maybe.
Hopefully, dude. I mean, you got a whole brigade though. Like you're set for life.
Yeah.
It's okay if the first 4 don't help. You got the other 4.
Right.
You guys have a whole basketball. You guys got a whole football team together.
Yeah. I mean, I'm already at the point where my 2 oldest are my boys. I can have them watch the girls if I need to go out.
Okay.
Like for right now, for example, the wife, she's got to go to an appointment before I get home, so they'll be all right. They'll be all right.
So, how many boys and girls?
2 boys, 3 girls.
God.
The girls are super cute.
Oh my god, is that guy okay?
I don't know. All right, well, I'm gonna pull right up. Even though
I mean, I'm sure you can. I think it says.
Yeah.
Oh, you are kind of going backwards. I see what you're saying here. It's okay.
Right. I know.
We're dirt bikers. We don't like to do things by the rules. Off-roading is our.
Indeed.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna do this thing.
That's gotta be fun. It's gotta. I mean, I don't get me wrong. I know I talk shit on the razors, but that's mainly because I have buddies who ride razors and they just talk shit on me all day.
Hey, before we get out, you want to say bye to your friends?
Thanks for the ride, guys.
Hey, if you guys haven't yet, check out NettieBraaap on YouTube. Plug yourself.
Yeah. And there won't be much recently, but I'll throw some old footage on there. Keep you guys entertained.
Boom. All right, I'll help you out.
Yeah, cool. Because I'm